Our first game is the V-League Finals that pits the first place Hot Lava against third place Mini-Bandits. Mini-Bandits beat Gladiators in the semifinals to earn a chance for the championship. Hot Lava lost only one game all season, a 3-1 loss to these Mini-Bandits. The game starts in the neutral zone with Mini-Bandits on the attack. Gabriel Leggio uses his speed to break by one defender, follows that up with a beautiful cut towards the middle before burying the game's first goal less than 2 minutes in. It's 1-0 Mini-Bandits. Hot Lava responds midway through the period. Jeremy Golding steals the ball near the blue line and gets to work, twisting and turning, juking and jiving around 3 defenders before getting up close and going 5-hole on Nicholas Antonetti to tie this game up at 1. The Mini-Bandits are awarded a penalty shot later in the first period. Arshneet Kalra is the designated shooter. Coming down slowly, Carter Nicholas doesn't bite and makes a big save to keep this game tied at 1. Now in the second period, not to be outdone by his goaltending foe, Antonetti makes a big glove save up close on Jesse Briscoe after some nice passing play down low. A save worth a second look. 5 minutes gone in the second, Briscoe steals the ball at the red line and comes in alone on a breakaway. He outweights Antonetti, who makes a first move and easily deposits the ball into the empty cage to give Hot Lava the 2-1 lead in the game. Mini-Bandits get another penalty shot in the second period with Anthony Fiorino taking the shot this time. He comes in with some speed, but doesn't get full power behind the shot as the ball rolls just wide short side. Mini-Bandits win the board battle and Kalra breaks towards the slot, but Nicholas surprises the Mini-Bandits forward with a perfect poke check. With 2 minutes remaining in the period, Kalra fights for the ball with 3 Hot Lava players all over him. He feeds the ball into the slot where Justin Fitzpatrick shoots the ball into the open cage. A beautiful pass with a beautiful finish. The game is now tied at 2. Hot Lava looks to strike back moments later. Evan Price gets the ball in the corner and passes it out to Briscoe alone in the slot, but Antonetti makes a big save up close. Just moments later and with only 45 seconds remaining, Robbie Briscoe keeps the ball alive at the point. The ball gets back to Price, who takes a good shot on net, leaving a big rebound in the slot that Jesse Briscoe taps in for his second goal of the game, re-establishing the Hot Lava lead. That goal would prove to be the difference maker as Hot Lava wins the game by a final score of 3-2 and are officially crowned the V-League champions. Our second game is the S-League Finals that has the Show taking on Fire. The Show beat Azzurri in a shootout to reach the finals, while Fire shut out Dillon Panthers 3-0. The Show won the only regular season game between the two teams 4-2. We'll see who comes out on top in the big game. We start this game off with a face-off just outside the Fire blue line. Fire wins the face-off forward, springing Austin Paul alone for the breakaway. The speedy forward shoots glove side, beating Steven Parisi to give Fire the early 1-0 lead. With just under 5 minutes gone in the game, William Bellumar shoots a Hail Mary backhand outside the zone that sends Nicolas Bachin on an unexpected breakaway. Fire's leading goal scorer makes a nice move to his backhand and buries the ball to extend the Fire lead to 2. Fire would add to their lead 2 minutes later. Matthew Ellis sees a point shot deflect onto his stick and finds Christopher Nardella in the slot, who spins and beats Parisi top shelf. A beautiful finish for a 3-goal lead. Down 3-0 early, the Show start to pour it on. Coming in on an odd man rush, David Lewis gets a great chance at the side of the net, but shoots it wide. On the ensuing faceoff, Gabriel Hadjian makes a nice save on David Borelli, and the rebound is shot high and wide. The Show cut their deficit before the end of the first. Massimo Chiricosta wins his battle behind the net and finds Luca Chiricosta in front, who dishes off to Luca Pellin for the easy goal. 3-1 Fire. Now in the second period, Paul is hit from behind, prompting a delayed penalty. He gets back up and steps around 3 players before finishing off with a soft lob over Parisi's glove to regain the Fire's 3-goal lead. 3 minutes later, Borelli uses his speed to get to the ball first and in on a partial breakaway. The first shot is stopped, but Borelli hits his own rebound out of the air for the goal. What great hand-eye. The lead is cut back down to 2. With the Show on the power play late in the game, Matthew Iasenza finds Pellin alone at the point. He tees up an absolute howitzer that burns by Hadjian, who saw nothing but fire. It's now a 1-goal game. With just over 1 minute remaining in the game, Bachan wins his battle along the boards and beats the show netminder with a bad angle shot to regain the 2-goal lead. A back-breaking goal for the show. Fire would hold on to that 2-goal lead, beating the show 5-3 and claiming the S-League championship. Game 3 comes to us from the T-League, where Rockets take on Generals for the championship. The second place Rockets beat Red Army 5-4 to reach the finals, while Generals disposed of Royal Juniors 2-1 for a chance at the championship. Rockets handed Generals their only 2 losses of the regular season. The game starts with Generals attacking in the offensive zone. Ryan Flaherty takes a shot from far that Dimitri Poulios kicks away, but Everest Dixon grabs the rebound, spins into the slot, and beats the netminder high blocker side. 1-0 Generals with just 35 seconds gone in the game. 2 minutes later, Sam Derivel intercepts a clearing attempt and tips the ball past the defender for a breakaway. He chooses to shoot, beating Jordan Belanger glove side to tie the game up at 1 apiece. Back at the other end with Generals on the power play, Poulios has to make 2 big saves to keep the game tied, with his biggest coming off of Dixon's stick. With less than 5 minutes remaining in the first, Will Matson and Nicolas Tremblay execute a beautiful give and go, allowing Matson to break in behind the defense and bury a backhand shot to give the Generals the 2-1 lead. Back at the other end, Derivel holds the ball, allowing his team to set up. He dipsy dangles around one player and feeds Ryan Campbell, who can't finish off the play. Now in the middle of the second period, a weird bounce off the board sets up a perfect slap shot for Derivel, who doesn't hesitate to rip it on net, beating Belanger down low to tie the game up at 2-2. Moments later, Dixon leads the rush from his own zone, cutting through the last line of defense and alone on Poulios, who makes a big pad save, and the rebound gets cleared out of harm's way. Derivel comes back on the attack a couple of plays later. He mocks his defender with some sweet moves to get around him, and then outweights a sprawled Belanger to give himself a hat-trick and his team the 3-2 lead. With 1 minute left in the game, Generals looking to tie it up. They work the ball around behind the net, and Matthew Flaherty's cross-crease pass is redirected by Dixon for the 3-3 game-tying goal. This one is heading into sudden death overtime. Now playing in overtime, this happens. Michael Torolano is given a gift in the slot and buries it high glove side to seal the deal, win the game, and, at the same time, the T-League championship for the Rockets. The last game is for the U-League championship that has Young Gunz facing off with Dragons. Young Gunz defeated Cobras in the semifinals, while Dragons took out Scorpions to earn their right to battle for the championship. The team split the regular season series 1-1. This game starts with Dragons attacking in Young Gunz zone. Maxime Fortier wins his board battle and finds Zach Dibliou in the slot. The young forward sends a wrist shot that beats Daniel Semeniuk to give the Dragons the 1-0 lead. Back at the other end, Young Gunz cycle the ball well deep in the zone. They finally get it to Sasha Pesho, who tees up a one-timer that Ben Dibliou stops with his right pad. A nice stretch save for the young netminder. Young Gunz keep up the pressure moments later. This time, Owen Coulter breaks down the left-hand side and sends a wrister on net, only to see Dibliou flash the leather for the glove save. Another save worth a second look. Fast forward to 3 minutes remaining in the first. Dragons win the defensive zone faceoff and work the ball out to Andrew Lamy, who does the rest. The big forward uses his size to break through the defense and risks a laser glove side to double his team's lead to 2. Young Gunz cut the lead in half before the end of the first period. Coulter wins the faceoff and attacks with Eddie Freytag. Freytag's initial shot is gloved by Dibliou, but the rebound pops out to Coulter, who scores on a stretched out netminder. 2-1 Dragons. Now in the second period, off a scrambled faceoff, Lamy comes in to collect the ball, cuts into the slot, and beats Semeniuk down low to regain the Dragons' 2-goal lead. Dragons look to add to their lead moments later, but Miles King's shot rings off the crossbar behind Semeniuk. Back at the other end, Pesho gets the ball at the blue line and pulls a nasty dangle on the defender, only to see his shot gloved by Dibliou and the play whistled dead. Halfway through the second period, Dragons put this game out of reach. The initial clearing attempt hits the referee, and Fortier collects the ball. Labelle has his shot stopped, but Fortier jumps on the rebound to give the Dragons the 3-goal lead. Dragons will hold on to that lead and take this game by a score of 4-1. Dragons are your U-League champions. And now, for the highlight of the night. For that, we go back to the T-League Championship game. Sam de Rivel dangles around his defender with some sweet moves, and then outweights a sprawled Jordan Bélanger to give himself a hat-trick, his team the lead, and our highlight of the night.